So I realize I'm so boring, extra boring. When I take up a camera and like put a stand on and then I get dressed up and all that, I'm just like I'm so boring. Like even me myself, I watched it. I was like, Maureen, you're boring yourself to death. Can you imagine? Like anyway, so guys, like you need to go watch that Lynn Ngugi interview with like the anti and pro LGBTQ community in Kenya and all that, and it's very interesting. So Antonia was literally talking about the essence of family and the role that family plays in our lives. And so because home is supposed to be the first safe place that a child you have, and so if you're experiencing trauma from home, you're going to be able to get trauma, like it reflects in your life in so many different ways. Let me tell you, I just want to go and read like psychology in a way, or yeah, psychology and all that, just to understand all these things and become a counselor in a way. But I don't know, maybe far in the future. But like that literally stamps, like it just puts like a stamp on the essence of family. Like it literally puts a stamp on the essence of family, the essence of why you need to get married to the right person. Because if you do not have the right person at play, you're going to begin to produce trauma outside of your own relationships, and then you're going to create this family system with a lot of trauma in mind. And so as young people, we're not looking at like the right, like as you're picking partners for marriage and all that, I don't know how to even insist on the like I'm a Christian, and like what I can tell you, it's very like I can tell you, for me, when at this point when I'm dating and like looking forward to marriage and all these things, for me the right person is very important. I cannot insist on that. I would rather wait, and as long as I'm waiting in God's timing for the right person, that's fine, than to end up marrying someone and then I'm creating a home of trauma and all these things. And because like it's just like a home of, it's like a fungus or a bacteria that just keeps on breeding. You came with your trauma, I came with my trauma, and so now we have this nice home together that we have built, and now we are building this traumatic place that we're going to encompass our children, and we're going to push all that to them. You see, we're passing down stuff to our children. We're very, very dysfunctional, that's the right word. And so for me, I didn't want to get I didn't want to get married until I remember like when I was dating back in campus, I remember there was this one guy that I used to tell that I don't want to get married until I'm 30. And I used to say like I don't want to get married until like in my 30s. I don't want to get, but mostly I used to say like until I'm 30. I'll get married when I'm 30. I'll get married when I'm 30. I'll get married when I'm 30. And that I didn't even know, but I used to think that I'm giving myself in my 20s to be able to just start planning, start like deal with my career. Actually thought by 30 I would have moved to the US and like being the biggest publicist in the US at this point in my life. But I mean, lo and behold, God had other plans. But here we are. But anyway, like we still move. But like the knowledge that I've acquired from God about relationships, about dating, about marriage, the purpose for marriage, even me myself, like I've just been looking into, like I'm just looking at myself, some things I'm just like, oh my God, I respond this way because of some traumas that I've had. I respond this way, move this way because of traumas that I've had. And guess where is a breeding place? Our homes. And so we relate to people sometimes because of the traumas, like in different ways, because of the hurts that we've incurred. And I'm just like, no, I understand. I'm not a perfect being. I'm not saying that in my own house it will be like a perfect. No man is perfect. Even me, I will be bound to error. But being able to heal my own traumas and allowing God to take me through that process allows me to be able to at least unbaggage a couple of things. I'm not carrying so much, and so you deal with certain things, you live with nothing, you move with nothing. It's moving light, you forgive easy. My dad is always asking for forgiveness from us, like as children when we're having family meetings, which is really so humbling, because I was like, really? I mean, we are the ones who are supposed to be asking you for forgiveness. especially like yeah but yeah, like I don't know, like I would want to insist on my generation that when you're picking up partner, like in this time everyone is very, I can imagine, I'm trying to picture in the next generation, like our kids. I'm thinking like if our parents passed this from us to us, and us with the generation who's kind of like, oh yeah, we are woke, we're trying to get things together, we're trying to get that bag, we're trying to like we're trying to unbaggage ourselves and become right, because it is life. And you can see the suicide rates in our men, you can see the gender situation that is going on, and I'm thinking, what is the next generation going to have to deal with? A lot of parents are either single parents, single moms, single dads, raising children by themselves. What is that, like a lot of blended families are going to be for the next generation? As in, there's so much that is going to be there, and it is so easy to actually point everything and be like, oh dad and mom, you did not do this for me, oh dad and mom, you did not do this for me, you were so toxic and all that, instead of extending grace, because even them, they did not have the information that we have. You just extend the grace to your parents and just honor them, because even them, they were just carrying their own traumas and trying to move through life. Like, if there's one thing that I've been able to learn, is that in this life there is no right way of doing it other than we move through it, and maybe and having the assistance of the Holy Spirit, at least it makes it easier to bear. But everyone is moving through life with no manual. We're all moving through life with no manual, and we're trying to be able to just make the best of what we think we're doing right, and accusing our parents to just be like, you did this. It makes no sense. Extending grace actually, I think, helps to just move forward. Like, it helps, like it literally helps. Even me, I've had to extend grace to people in my life that and having to forgive. Like, God had to deal with me in terms of forgiving, because I literally carried so much weight of baggages, and I was just like, I was the kind of person that if you hurt me, I have written it down somewhere. I can tell you the date and the day and how you hurt me. But once I began to forgive and just move forward with life, just feeling lighter and just moving, like I'm still not 100%, but like it makes it easier for me to be able to move. So I think like we need to have deeper conversations about life in general, conversations about how we are existing. I do not know, like, how we doing life, like how you doing life, like how you do. I don't know, like if anyone who's watching any of these videos, I'm just curious to find out, like, do you want to get married? What are your reasons of not wanting to get married? Are there any life traumas that you, like childhood traumas that you have, that you're thinking that are literally projecting themselves as an adult? Like, how you doing life literally, because this life is just not lifing the way we thought that it would be lifing. Even you yourself, you have to take yourself and just be like, I need grace, I need grace, I need grace. Like, this life is not lifing. We need to life different. So how you doing, honestly, how you doing? And even for us, I think even when it comes to money, we're literally not experiencing the avalanche of money the way we expected to. Economy is tough. Like, everyone is just at the edge of, like, you could just poke at someone and then it's just like, so how are we doing, like, how are you doing life? Like, I would just like to have genuine conversations with people, like, how you doing, how's your mental state, how's everything. Just like, I would like to hear your conversation. So yeah, bye.